Laramie, Wyoming is surprisingly queer-friendly, as evident by this homosexual wandering around. Wyoming always has some of the nicest skies, making the very desolate drive somewhat bearable. The emptiness is no surprise since this is a state with the lowest population, nearly 600,000 people. That's less than a lot of major cities. This is my second time in the Equality State. Yes, the official nickname is the Equality State. The first time I visited Matthew Shepard's memorial in a very emotional video you can check out. This time I'm going to see more of the city, Laramie Pridefest, and the queer archives at the university. First, some food, caffeine, and books at night Heron. The queer-friendly coffee shop is perfect. It lets you read books while hanging out, much like a library, but also gives you the option of buying them. I love seeing the Pride flag up, and even though it's Pride Month, they also had it up last time I visited, so I know they are actually queer-friendly and not just for 1 month of the year. They have even more books upstairs and is connected with another bookstore. There's no shortage of books in the building. I could get lost for hours. Food is surprisingly good. After my hanger subsides, I remember I have some books in my car that take up way too much space in my travels. So I checked to see if they take donations and decided to leave some of my favorites. It's hard to part ways with books I'm so attached to, but I hope a queer person will find them on the shelves and be inspired by them as much as I have. I also donated the book I wrote, The Downtown Underground, and left some cool bookmarks. The downtown area is pretty small, but really nice and colorful. So many shops have their pride flags out, making it feel welcoming. The people in the shops, workers, and customers are all quite queer. It feels like such a safe area. Pride in the Park is a refreshing event. It's very non-corporate, highlighting queer artists and local vendors rather than big corporations that quote-unquote support the community only when it's convenient for them.
I can feel sunburn my skin. Well, you pour some flour, don't you know where to begin? Look around you, let them surround you. They don't need to know, you don't even know your own name. Tall green willows wear their hair like golden crowns.
Next, I head to the University of Wyoming. Seeing queer archives is one of my new favorite things. Most universities and even libraries usually have queer archives. The archives can have pretty much anything that details queer history. The point of it is to not let queer history get erased, which is really important in any state. I know for sure that details of Matthew Shepard's murder will be in the archives, but these other things surprise me. These queer newsletters have been consistently kept since the 1980s. This is exactly how the queer community has always taken care of each other, by providing resources and connecting queer people. I usually ask archivists to include something I can check out that often goes overlooked in the archives. Archivists and librarians are the best and so happy to assist and show some really hidden gems. Here's some personal items from Roberta Bobby Zenker, a trans attorney for disability rights. The archive chronicles her transition journey and the changing laws during the time. She even wrote a book about it called Trans Montana. The archives have an early manuscript. Archives also sometimes have some very strange things, like this Xena card. It's one of those that makes noise when you open it, and it took everything in me not to do it in the ultra-quiet archive room where professors were studying. Finally, it's time to look at the Matthew Shepard archives. It wouldn't be possible for me to come to the Laramie archives and not look at the coverage of the 1998 tragedy where Matthew is brutally beaten and murdered for being gay. It feels good to be able to sit here and mourn, basically. And it looks like some people have left some things here. So that we know we're not alone. Laramie has made amazing progress in the last few decades. In a city that had one of the most prolific hate crimes in US history, there is now plenty of light that has replaced that darkness. It's important not to forget the past, but it's just as important to recognize progress and appreciate change. Laramie is now a welcoming city full of pride, a strong queer community, and important resources for LGBTQ+ people. If you're enjoying my Queer Across America adventure, please like and subscribe to my page. And if you want to see an interactive map that I've created showcasing queer locations all over the US, sign up for the free tier on my Patreon.